of the 5th edition. Join our various gaming groups as we play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And maybe just hang out and chat about gaming in general. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hey guys, Jim here.
And Kelly.
Welcome back to day 18 for the 30-day Dungeons & Dragons challenge. And also the RPG a day, but that's totally a different recording. So today's 30-day D&D challenge is a bit of a oxymoron, I'll say. It's favorite immortal / outsider. And the reason why I say that is technically in 5th edition, this whole category is now debunked. We don't have immortal or outsiders. Even though outsiders really just means, angels or demons.
Well, isn't technically doppelganger classified as an outsider?
I don't know. Let me double check.
Because I think they're an outsider.
It could be. Let's check. The doppelganger monster in 5e, according to D&D Beyond. Nope, they relegated it down to medium monstrosity / shape changer.
They keep doing that.
Well, of course they did that. They're trying to recodify things. They don't want to bring the satanic panic back into D&D.
Yeah, but okay, then it's a moot question or prompt for 5e, basically.
Well, what would you like to pick for that then, as your immortal / outsider?
Well, back in the day and in Forgotten Realms and stuff, it was the Sphinx. Come on, who doesn't love a Sphinx?
They're good. They're classically immortal. They serve a purpose on a grander design.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily evil or anything. And there's so many different types, and it gives the GM something to put in riddles and stuff. And they're just kind of cool. I remember what was it? There was a Sphinx in Desert of Desolation.
Oh, yes, there was.
Yeah. So, I kind of like those. Those were technically immortals.
Mm-hmm.
You got the whole, of course, angels and demons, that kind of thing. But aren't they sort of reclassified or something as celestials or?
Yeah, they kind of broke down to the devils, fiends, and celestials. To kind of
something like that, yeah.
Kind of mushing them into different categories, as the case may be. See, for me, my favorite outsider is, of course, the tiefling. Because that used to be the two different varieties of tiefling, whether it was orc, human, or elf, was one of the big outsiders. Because, they were a bit more demonic in the earlier editions than they are now,
Yeah, that's true.
It was literally the half fiend, is basically what they were. And tieflings were always one of my favorite ones, which is why I was so glad they became player classes in 4th edition.
Yeah. Although I do kind of miss that prehensile tail from 4th edition.
Mm-hmm. The 4th edition had really cool tips and tricks for tieflings.
Yeah.
I don't remember if the tieflings got any extra racial feats in 5th.
I can't recall.
I think they got skipped over in 5th, because I know dragons got the racial
Well,
feats where you could eventually get wings, but you had to only wear light armor.
I know they get like things like thaumaturgy automatically, which is fun.
And if you have the Sword Coast source book, you can totally do the winged tieflings, which are cool.
Ew.
And it does change their spell abilities. They get different spell abilities for having wings.
Cool.
Which is cool, because then it basically plays off the flavor text that you're a different kind of demon, you know. I mean, I know in the Sword Coast source book, they totally did that whole, you could have, and they showed pictures of the major demons that made the deals in the Tiefling Empire, and it showed like a frost demon tiefling, and how different demons would make different tieflings, which was cool flavor text. Because then you can totally have like a cabal of demons and tiefling, you know, clans made out of just certain types of demons. You could totally have a campaign right there about that. Just saying. Have to track down the head of each one of the families and get them to swear an oath or something to break the curse. Just saying.
Yeah.
Totally talking out of my player character I wrote it back in 4th edition, ass.
Yep.
Because I totally had a paladin tiefling who wanted to break the curse with the tieflings. Just saying.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that covers us for favorite immortal or outsider. Just remember, there can be more than one. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining us for 30 Day Dungeons & Dragons Challenge Day 18. And check out the RPG A Day Challenge. They're getting good, and they're just starting. And you do realize when we finish the RPG A Day Challenge, it will be time for Tucson Comic-Con and RingCon.
Lovely.
Just throwing that out there. I'm looking forward to it. There's some pictures going
Got a
around
lot
on
on my
social media.
plate.
I got to submit my games that I'm going to be running at RingCon too.
Mm.
And they definitely announced more guests at Tucson Comic-Con. If you get a chance, definitely check out their online presence.
I'm only running one game.
Hey, the important thing is you're running a game that everybody loves every year at RingCon.
Aww.
You and Carrie are now an institution at RingCon. This is totally a thing.
Aww, you're sweet.
And I'll totally throw this out now since I haven't seen you since I got off work. Don't forget Saturday, Artemis Day, over at Karen's. They're testing it out for the convention to make sure it's all ready by having a game day. So thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for listening to a sneak peek about RingCon stuff and Tucson Comic-Con stuff, because we'll definitely be posting both event stuff on the Facebook page as well as some podcast stuff. So we'll talk to you tomorrow when we get a little more elemental and plenty in the garden. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Please follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/CPPN to never miss a show or stream.